Hi guys, it's Daily Merrill. Today we'll try to find answers to your questions. Is Sony preparing to announce the amazing Spider-Man 3? Or they're just trying such methods to attract attention? Here we go.
I've been praying for the rain to fall. Wash me down so I'll be born. Open heavens, let it pour. You can love me again, again, again. You better love me again. You better love me again. You better love me again. Oh, you better love me again. I can see through the smoke. Now what I imagined.
Let's go back to the days when it all started. I mean, right before No Way Home. While people were theorizing about whether Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire would be in the movie, Andrew was participating shows, interviews, and claiming that he is not in the movie. And when No Way Home released, we saw Andrew Garfield in the movie. However, there was one detail. In the movie, Tom Holland was nicknamed Peter 1, Toby was Peter 2, and Andrew was Peter 3. This is exactly what started all these theories. While they talking about Andrew's Peter in the movie, the emphasis is on "you're amazing" and the emphasis on the number 3 created a question mark in the minds. Right after the movie, everyone started talking among themselves about whether the Amazing Spider-Man 3 will come. Be honest, the success of No Way Home is obvious. This is the highest grossing Spider-Man movie ever, and even though most have paused since the movie, it still continues to be talking. Sony will not want to waste that momentum as it constantly offers us something new to talk about. First, Sony tweeting amazing Peter 3 and fired up their fans. As you know, Sony now completely creates its own universe, and first of all, there should be a Spider-Man in this universe. So, question is, who would be the best choice for it? Do you choosing a new cast? I don't think so. Because that would be a pretty big gamble. Instead of making such a gamble on whether he will be liked by the fans, whether he can handle the role or not, Andrew Garfield, whom fans already love and especially once, will return to the Sony universe as Spider-Man. Now, wherever people looked, they started to encounter Make the Amazing Spider-Man 3 hashtag. Again, Sony did a stroke and made another move to get people excited. Instead of Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield made a video for No Way Home Fun Edition and introduced himself as Peter 3. While this situation continued to confuse people's mind, it was a great advertising material for Sony. While for many people this was seen as a fun theory, it's actually necessary to stop a minute and think. What was the reason we talked about all this? Why were we talking about the Amazing Spider-Man 3 is coming? What pushed us to talk about it? It's of course Sony. Whenever the Amazing Spider-Man started to fall in the media, Sony made a move and managed to gain a spot on the media again. Sony shared an interesting tweet at this time. It was a game. Sony zoomed the poster of the Amazing Spider-Man movie and said, guess what movie it is? Fans was definitely noticed, and then Sony made a statement and said, don't worry, this game will be continued. After that, I personally think that Sony first shared the poster of The Amazing Spider-Man 1, and then they would share the poster of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and right after we answered it too, they would announce the movie by sharing the poster of The Amazing Spider-Man 3. However, neither my truth came true, nor the continuation of this game. While we were disappointed with this, Sony gave us the green light again and bring back the Amazing Spider-Man to the agenda. by using the sign from Andrew's movie for Coffee Day. Finally, just a few days ago, Sony made a post. Sony shared a video on his Instagram. Before we talk about it, let's have a look together. Video is that, and let me tell you what was the factor that Video is that, and let me tell you what was the factor that made it important. As you can see, Sony is showing off their movies with some cakes. However, as you can see, the Amazing Spider-Man and No Way Home series are positioned separately here. Sony puts the Spider-Web first, and then the Amazing Spider-Man, and then they continue with the No Way Home. Our first detail is that they keep No Way Home and the Amazing Spider-Man separate. While the second detail is that there are 2 spiderwebs for the No Way Home, while there are 3 cakes for the Amazing Spider-Man. Once again, Sony is making a clear reference to the Amazing Spider-Man 3. In addition, if you go to Sony's Instagram and have a look, you can see that the Amazing Spider-Man cakes on the cover of this video. Sony is totally trying to keep people's focus on the Amazing Spider-Man. And I think this is because the third movie of the series will be announced soon. While these are the biggest details, I don't want to miss some small details, and let's talk about them a little bit. First of all, although Tom Holland is the current Spider-Man, he has not been around for a long time. So imagine that you have a current Spider-Man actor in your hands, and you are doing commercials with the old Spider-Man actor and series, which is not used at the moment. Why? Why you advertising something you won't use? That doesn't make much sense to you either, does it? Another situation is, Tom Holland is saying that he wants to see the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and he'll be very pleased with it. And in addition, stating that he will take a break for a while. I think there is a message. As you know, there will be a new trilogy that will take Tom's college life, and I think this trilogy will probably take place after the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Finally, I want to go back to the cake video again, because there was another detail that there are 2 No Way Home cakes. As you know, Tom Holland already had a trilogy that Homecoming, Far From Home, and finally No Way Home. So why there's only 2 No Way Home cakes? I thought No Way Home is Tom Holland's third movie. It was also a Spider-Verse movie. So one of the messages we can take out from here is that a second Spider-Verse movie may come. So these are our opinions. So what do you think about it? You can text your opinions in the comments, and if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you like this type of content, don't forget subscribe and catch the update. Don't forget subscribe to catch the updates.
I've been